How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So in this video, we're going to be optimizing our monitor in order to reduce the input delay and just make everything look sharper, better, and faster. So first things first, you want to make sure that have a good monitor. So that's going to be a 144 hertz at least. If you don't have a 144 hertz in 2024, I don't know what you're doing. They're literally cheap, so just go get one. I literally have one that's like $100. So we're going to get started with optimizing our monitor settings. So what you're going to do, I'm going to hop on the phone right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press one of the monitor buttons on my actual monitor, and it's going to bring up the control panel for your monitor. Now, what we want to do is you want to turn off game mode or whatever preset that you're on, and you want to just set it to off or custom. Then what you're going to do is you're going to find overdrive or response time. You're going to set this to the highest possible, and this one does require testing. So if you set it to the highest possible and then you go in game and you get like ghosting and just like dead pixels, then what you want to do is you want to turn it down just one setting. So for me, it's perfectly fine on extreme. So if you're on a Lenovo monitor, just put it to extreme. You're completely fine using that. Then HDR, make sure that's turned off if you have HDR as an option. FreeSync, also turn this off. G-Sync, also turn that off. However, if you play games like Call of Duty and you want less screen tearing and you just don't care about the extra added latency, then you can turn on G-Sync and then just cap your FPS 3 below whatever your monitor's refresh rate is. So if you cap at 240 hertz, just cap 237 if you have G-Sync on. Then let's just say your monitor doesn't have a lot of options. There's going to be more options depending on your monitor. But for me, I'm going to scroll up and then I just want to make sure that sRGB is turned off and then low blue light is also turned off. You can just turn on low blue light within your actual windows. So we just don't want any of these extra processes running. So let's just say you have dark boost, for example. You want to turn this off. This does actually add some processing latency to the monitor. So if there's any like dark stabilizer, dark boost, or some of these settings that enhance the darkness, then turn them off. They are going to add a little bit extra latency. But that's going to be pretty much it for the monitor actual settings. Now, depending on your monitor, you might have stuff like ultra low motion blur, ULMB. If you have that, just set that to whatever you like. It's just your personal preference. If you have DIAC, just from BenQ, you can also just set this to your personal preference. But that's going to conclude all of the monitor actual settings. And also, by the way, just make sure that you're using the correct cable for your monitor. 90% of the time, just go use a DisplayPort or HDMI cable. Whatever comes with the monitor should be good enough. Now we're going to jump in the PC, and now we're going to do some extra stuff within the PC in order to reduce the input delay from our monitor. Alright everyone, so once you're on the PC, all you're going to do is go to the link in the description. It's going to take you to the custom resolution utility page. What you're going to do is just click on this file right here in order to download it. Now once you have it downloaded, all you want to do is just open up the folder. You want to double click crew.exe. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to achieve the exact refresh rate that we have on our monitor. So how to check this is pretty simple. All you want to do is you want to go to start menu and then settings, and you want to go to system and then display, advanced display settings, and then you want to look at your refresh rate. If it's exactly 144, if it's exactly 240, if it's exactly 360, then you're fine. You don't have to worry about this at all. Now if it's 143.9999 or 239.9999, then it's probably a good idea to do this step right here. What you're going to do is just select your monitor, and then you want to find, for example, where the highest refresh rate is. So for me, it's in the extension blocks. I'm going to click edit on here, and as you guys can see, 1920 by 1080 at 143.999. So that's not good. I just want it exactly 144. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click edit. I'm going to click timing, and then I'm going to choose exact reduced. I'm going to change the refresh rate to 144. Press OK again, and then press OK again. And then double click restart 64.exe. It's going to restart your graphics card driver. And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to go to your display settings, and then just pretty much go to system and the display, advanced display settings, and then display adaptive properties, list all modes. Just find your native resolution with the hertz that you just changed, which is going to be just this one for me. Then press apply, then press OK. Now realistically, it probably is already going to set it to whatever refresh rate that you just set it to, so then you're perfectly fine. That's just a little tweak that's going to help with smoothness in game. If you're capping at 240 or 360 and you just notice that it doesn't look smooth, that's going to help a lot with that, just because you're technically not on 360 hertz until you do this specific tweak in crew, and you're technically not on 240 hertz until you do this specific tweak and just make it exactly that number. So there's more stuff that we could do, so we're going to get right into that. All right, everybody. So this step right here is just for NVIDIA users. So if you're on an AMD graphics card, sorry, I just don't know how to do this on your graphics card. So you can try and figure this out on your own. It's probably the same exact way. But for everyone that's on NVIDIA, what you're going to do, right click on your desktop, open up NVIDIA control panel. All right, everyone. So once you have NVIDIA control panel open, all we're going to do is we're going to go to change resolution on the left. We're going to scroll down, click customize, check enable resolutions not exposed by a display, then click create custom resolution. Then what you're going to going to do is under timing, we're going to change from standard automatic to standard manual. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start decreasing front porch horizontal, front porch vertical, and then sync width horizontal, and then sync width vertical. Now, as you guys can see, mine are already at the lowest. So 1, 1, 2, 1. This tweak right here, what we're going to do is we're going to be lowering these pixels. And if you click test and you went too low, it will stay a black screen. Just wait 15 seconds. It will go back to normal. You just have to increase it a little bit. What I would recommend is I would try decreasing front porch horizontal and vertical by 10 until you get to a point where it's too low. If you get to 1, then that's fine. Just leave it at 1. Then sync width, also do the same thing. Lower it by 10. For me, I could only do 2 on the horizontal and then 1 on the vertical. If I went 1 on the horizontal for sync width, then my screen will turn black and then I have to wait 15 seconds for it to come back and then raise it up by 1. So just do that until you get to some values that look like this. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit higher or a little bit lower. It just depends on your monitor, but just lower front porch horizontal vertical by 10, sync width horizontal and vertical by 10. Then click test every time you lower it and make sure that your screen is popping up after you lower it. If it's not, just wait 15 seconds and then it'll come back. Now, total pixels vertical, this is already changed for me. The max is 1525 on my monitor. For you, it's going to be a little bit lower or a little bit higher. So what I would recommend for total pixels, increase this by 50 until you get to a point where your monitor stops displaying. Then once you've done that, just subtract 50 and start going up by 10 until your monitor stops displaying. Then start going up by 5 until your monitor stops displaying. And then just keep on rinsing and repeating until you get to the maximum value that doesn't cause your monitor to black screen. Then once you've done that, it's going to ask you, do you want to save this resolution? Press yes on that, and that's all you have to do. Now your display is completely optimized. You should see a huge difference in game, and everything just looks snappier, feels faster. So this wouldn't be a proper monitor optimization video if we did not go over the upgrades that you should do for a monitor. So the best monitors that are out right now are going to be the OLED monitors, and the reason why is quite simple. The OLED technology is basically zero input latency, and the reason for that is just because each individual pixel lights up on its own because of this technology. It's not multiple LCD screens, it's just a one panel that has all these pixels that light up whenever your screen changes. So that's why OLED is just superior to every other single technology. And regarding the 540 Hz monitors, in my opinion, I feel like these are completely pointless and you should not buy them. The reason why is quite simple. These are TN panels, and TN panels are decent, but in my opinion, if you just get a 48 Hz OLED, which is most likely out by now, you can just get the same benefits and it'll be way better. Colors will be better and you're gonna have the high refresh rate. And either way, these high refresh rates are only viable for games like Valorant, CS2, and some of these games that have over 1000 FPS on really good specs. But yeah, my recommendation will be in the link in the description for OLED monitors. That's pretty much the best way to optimize your monitor. There's a lot of other things that you can do, but these are the ones that are going to drastically change the way that your monitor feels, the way that your game feels, and your input delay. So if you have gotten the benefits of this video and you just noticed that your monitor just feels crazy after this, then drop down a comment below if this helped you. That's going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want a PC optimization service that lowers your delay completely and gives you 200 to 300 more FPS in any game that you want, then go to the first link in the description, zilly.net, and book a PC optimization service. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the post notifications for these crazy videos that we're making. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.